Hello, everybody. Happy Monday, Mindset Monday. We're super grateful to be here. Thank you for taking time out of your precious day to join us tonight. Guys, our goal here is to serve you. If you're here, is because you're eager to grow. You're committed to becoming your greatest version. And that's why we're all here, okay? So we here at Wavemakers, we're a community of people dedicated to creating a positive waves of change for ourselves, our community, and the world. And so if you're brand new and you like to be connected with the community in our chat, we'll drop the link here in a little bit and then you can join us. Okay, so the topic of tonight is on creating vision. And we did have a call about this maybe two and a half months ago. So maybe you guys are gonna be you're gonna remember a few of the things that we're gonna speak here tonight. But I just wanna, before we go into a few of the things that we have to share here, I just want to mention and bring it up to you guys that vision, like Mike said, I believe is the greatest, most important thing that we need to have in place. Otherwise, we are for sure not going to get to where we want to get to in life. All right. And I really hope and pray that for the next 20, 30 minutes that we will be here together, that you are fully involved and that you are thinking, I hope that you are moved by the end of this call to invest some time with yourself, with your heart, and with God, and go and create this vision for your life if you haven't yet. And if you have, then revisit that and spend some more time on that vision, because it is extremely, extremely important. And I want to start this call by bringing a very, very important passage. If you are taking notes, write this down. Proverbs 29:18. Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, people perish. Where there is no vision, people perish. Okay? Think about the importance of that, right? It's not saying if you don't have a vision, then you're going to have an okay life. It says if you don't have a vision, you're going to perish. All right, so let's invest some time tonight. I'm excited. This is a topic that gets me pumped up and fired up. So here's what the vision is, right? If you're taking notes, I encourage you to write this down. And this is how we make sense of it, right? So the vision is the destination that we plug into the GPS so it can guide us. The vision is the destination, okay, that we can plug into the GPS, the internal GPS of our bodies, of our minds, of our souls. Okay. So the key in this, and what we're seeing when we're observing this conversation of the destination, here's a key word or keywords: starting with the end in mind. Write that down and circle that. Starting with the end in mind. Starting with the end in mind. So the question becomes, what does the end look like to you? Because I don't know. We all have different visions. I'm focused on how is my spiritual life looking? Am I entering the kingdom of God? And I know this is not the spiritual Sunday call, right? So that we speak about that on Sundays, but that's what my vision looks like. That's what I'm, at the end of the day, what I'm most focused on. That is the destination for me, right? And so that's very important. We need to start with the end in mind and then work our way back, okay? So where are you going? That's the question. Where are you going? Okay? And we're going to have here my beautiful fiance join us at any moment, and she's going to be dropping in, from her perspective. She's like, you keep going. Okay.
I was just going to add, he asked, where are you going? Are you actually driving where you think you're going? Or are you driving on a back road in the opposite direction? I think that's a question that we can all really think about, because sometimes we intend to go one way, but we spend all of our time doing things that aren't even getting us where we truly want to go. Continue.
Spot on. So let's proceed. So I'm going to tell you guys the reason why. Can we agree that most people that are in the world, we're living through some very interesting times, right? I'm sure that you guys can agree with that. People are not very happy as a whole. Okay. And it's unfortunate that that's the case, but I believe that the reason why people are not as deeply fulfilled, on purpose, happy, joyful, truly grateful for the miracle of life itself, the fact that we're living right now and that we're breathing and we don't have to tell our hearts to beat and we're here, that's a miracle in my eyes. Okay. But the fact that the people are not living like that, I believe, is because they don't know where exactly they are going. They don't have a vision for their lives. They may have a vision for the weekend. They may have a vision for the month. They have an idea. They have a wish, but they don't have a vision. They haven't taken the actual time with themselves, for themselves, on their own, to write down on paper what their life is going to look like. Have you done that? Very important step. I encourage you to do so. Put an alarm clock, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and write down on paper what you want your life to look like. What is the vision? Where do you want to end up when you're in the funeral, when you're at your own funeral? What are people going to remember you for?
That's huge. So for those of you who haven't read this book, I've been posting about it a lot lately. How to Increase Your Own Salary, Raise Your Own Salary by Napoleon Hill. And in the chapter that talks about how to cultivate a vision, there's one quote from a philosopher. It doesn't say the philosopher's name, but it says, another thinker described vision as the workshop of the soul wherein man's hopes and desires are made ready for material expression. We have to know what we want before we get it. We all know that it starts in the mind. It starts as an idea. But how specific is that idea? How specific and how clear can you see that vision? Are you just like, oh yeah, one day this? Or can you see it very vividly? Can you see it very clearly? Because the clearer you can see it, the more, I guess, likely you're going to get there.
Yeah, the more real it will become. 100%. Can you read that one more time?
It says, the workshop of the soul wherein man's hopes and desires are made ready for material expression. So that's talking about like the imagination, like where you cultivate your vision. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to ask you a question, and that's amazing. I'm going to ask you a question, and this is out of love, okay? Out of love. Are you living your own vision? Or are you living your parents' vision or society's vision? Or worse yet, your limiting beliefs vision for yourself? Are you letting your lower self that feels that you are unworthy of happiness and success tell you what your vision is looking like? Because I promise you, if you haven't taken time to write it down, that is probably the case. Because here's what's going to happen. In the Bible, it's all over. It speaks about the worries of life, right? And when you have a vision, you're able to work to look past the worries of life. You're able to look past the minor the details of the issues that at first seem huge, but in reality, they're nothing compared to the vision, right? But you need that vision. Otherwise, you will get caught up in the worries of life, and that may just kill your spirits. And if your spirits are low, you're not grateful, you're unhappy, you're unsatisfied, you don't have the motivation and drive to get up and go after life. Very, very important.
You guys we all do have to fill up our plates with what we want. Have y'all ever been to like a restaurant or a family reunion where you're just like, here, give me whatever? Like, I don't know about you, but I'm not doing that. I'm like, no, I'm going to get this and I'm going to get this and I'm not going to get that. You know, I'm picking what I want and I'm putting that on my plate. So I'm guaranteeing my results. Like what you just said, if we don't focus on the vision and like what specifically we want in our lives, the worries, like he said, are going to get in the way and life will just fill our plate for us. And we're going to get like the
leftovers.
Yeah. What's something gross? I can't even think right now. What you hate the most. Like if y'all don't like lasagna, you're getting the lasagna if you don't choose to get the mac and cheese. Okay. Like it's so true though.
I love it. Yeah. It's a simplistic way to put it. I like that a lot. So here we have 5 more minutes, right? 5 more minutes. Lock in with us. I have a quote for you. The only thing worse than being blind, you guys know the end, is having sight but no vision. The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. Oh, man.
It hits me every time.
And you know what blows my mind is the fact that, let me ask you a question. How many times growing up were you told by the people that you were learning from, hey, why don't we sit down and let's write down a vision for our lives? Why don't we just sit down for 30 minutes and imagine what we want life to be like? How many times have you done? How many times are you led to do that? Because I wasn't. My teachers never brought that up to me. My professors never brought that up to me. Not even my parents. They asked me here and there, what do you want to do? But not specifically. And so if that's the case, that means that we need to work extra hard now to get clear on what that looks like, all right? Invest that time into your future. Do that today, which is something that your future self is going to thank you for, all right? So, and here's the last thing that I got to bring to you guys, all right? Once you have the vision, what are some practical things that you can do? So write it down, read it, look after it. Have your vision board, right? Have the images of the things that you want to accomplish in your life visually so you can keep seeing it. Have quotes around. What are some other things?
Take time to visualize. Just
Visualize.
close your eyes. I think the one that we talked about last time, we spoke on that, but it's so powerful. And if you sit down, if you've never done it before, I know I look a little short over here. If you've never done it before, it's going to be hard the first time, but it's just like a muscle. You can't expect to lift the 50-pound dumbbells if you can't even lift the 5-pound. You know what I mean? Like the more you do it, the easier it gets and the clearer that vision gets. But it's as simple as like taking 5 minutes in your day.
Yeah.
And just closing your eyes, like really picturing like specifics, you know?
Yeah, and it should get you excited. It should move you. It should get you fired up. It should bring a smile to your face. Right? You should see, and this is a very important part of your vision, okay? Whenever you're writing it down, write it in the present tense. Don't write it in, I want one day to have blank. I am so happy and grateful now that I am blank. That's the way that you do that. Do not write it in past tense, because then guess what? Your wish is already true, or a want, because then your wish is already true. 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, well, your desire came true because you want it. So you still want it 20 years down the road. I am. And the more that you begin to embody that into who you are, the more you show up as that person, the more that becomes a reality.
Becomes you, yeah. And the more you do that and you talk about it and your language, how you speak about it, like as if you already have it, the more you sit down and you visualize, the stronger that muscle gets. It hits your subconscious, and that's what can attract that future that you're visualizing towards you. Another quote from this book, it says, because you mentioned the word wish, it says, a mere wish appears to make no impression on the subconscious mind. Wishes are just wishes. Wishes don't guarantee your future. I wished a lot. As a kid, I wished a lot. But if you don't sit down and make a plan, there's some things that we don't get until we make it an actual vision and we make a plan behind it, like Nick was just mentioning.
Spot on. A mere wish makes no impression in your subconscious mind.
That's where all the magic happens.
10% is conscious, 95% is subconscious. All right? So it is truly
90%.
A daily work. 95%. Most of it, right? The majority of it. So like you're saying, the visualizing is truly something that, in the books, Napoleon Hill, we've all read it, right? They mentioned 30 minutes a day of sitting down and visualizing the life that you want. 30 minutes a day. But yes, let's start with 5. Let's start with 5 and then go to 10, right? Let's build a muscle, just like gratitude. Like, could you think of 20 things you're grateful for right now? Go. Think of it right now. If you can't think of it, that means you're not thinking about it enough. That means you're not working that muscle. That muscle is tired, is weak, is not strong, right? So that's the goal. And it's a daily work, right? We're just here to kind of present the information, right? And wherever we are right now, that's exactly where we need to be. And let's be grateful for it. And we have a chance to change that. So the last thing that I have, and then we're done here, is this. The goal, write this down, okay? Write this down. Focus on your vision. Focus on your vision until it becomes obsessional. Focus on your vision until it becomes obsessional. In other words, having a burning desire. Burning desire. Burning desire. Once you have a burning desire, it will come about. It's a law. Okay. And we read it in all the books and we know it. And I know this is not new information to you guys. I know that. But it's the basics, and the basics matter. We need to master them, right?
Burning desires. I was just gonna point out, burning desires. That's what hits the subconscious, not wishes.
That's right.
So that's what we need to be aiming for.
Amen. So the last quote, I'm just gonna drop it. I'm gonna pass it to my brother Mike. If you're working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. Steve Jobs. Okay, so guys,
I was gonna say I'm still working on that.
Aren't we all?
Vision to pull me out of bed in the morning. I don't know about you guys, but I love sleep. So like, he's more of a morning person than me. So that's something that I'm working on. Like taking time every single day to just do the vision. 5 minutes of vision. 5 minutes. It's literally not hard, you know, because I want to get to that point where I like jump out of bed. You know, like that is the goal for me.
Yeah, amen. And that's it. And it's all about training the mind. You know, training the mind. To first thing in the morning. What actually gets me up is I have to tell myself why I'm getting up, and those are the days that I get up. The days that I'm just tired, I stay in bed because I'm tired. Of course, we'll always wake up sleepy. That's never gonna change. So we have, you know, that's always gonna be the case. So, guys, hopefully you took some value from this. I hope that you go and apply it. Most importantly, applied knowledge is power, and knowledge by itself means nothing. We're so grateful that you joined us tonight, and we got a lot of love for you. Drop a 33 in the chat if you gained something that you know that can impact your life and your future. Guys, 33s everywhere. I love it. Michael Batanzi, my brother, my running partner. Come here, man. Come. Let's continue diving deeper in this conversation. This is important, and I'm excited to learn from you. Passing it to you, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's such a beautiful thing watching you guys. You're such a powerful force. Individually, you guys were powerful, and when you guys come together, it's beautiful. I love watching you guys. The thing that I took the most, as much as I love my brother, your wife grabbed my full attention when she said, "Make sure that you're building your plate and determining your results." Right? That imagery, that analogy that she used of going to, you know, a buffet and you dictating exactly what you want on your plate so that you know what results you're getting. Too often, we are aimlessly wandering through our day and we're taking everything, right? We're not deciding that I'm just literally not going to take that. It's up to me whether or not I take that energy. And the answer is no. And it's not just today, it's every day. The answer is no. If it doesn't serve my higher power, if it doesn't serve my highest self, my answer is no. So that's the question to you guys while we're creating this vision. Before I go in, how often are you saying yes when you need to be saying no? And sometimes it's not just no, it's like, hell no. Like, I would rather go to hell before I say yes to that, right? And as a Christian, that's a bold statement. Right? But that's how powerful I am when I say no. That's how powerful. As if I don't get to go to heaven. I have to go the other way. My answer is no. Right? So let's talk about vision. Here's what I want you to write down. When creating the vision board, it's so powerful. What are some things that I want to have? Write this down. What are some things that I want to have? Number 2, what are some places that I want to go? Right? And number 3, what are my core beliefs that I live by? What are some things that I want to have? What are some places that I want to go? And what are the core beliefs that I live by? And then you begin to build. I'm going to drop a nugget for you. Ready? You can take photos and go to cvs.com and you can upload your images to cvs.com and you can pay I got like 30 pictures for $13 and they print them out in super high quality and they're ready in like an hour, right? You do it all from your computer, you pay for it, they send you an email saying it's ready and you go to your local CVS and you pick it up. And then here's what you do. You get super creative. I'm on my tippy toes right now. I'm so small. This is my vision board, guys, right here. I got some things that I want to have. I got some things that I want to have. On the other side, I got some places that I want to go. All these places I want to go, right? A lot of the 7 wonders, right? And in the middle, these are the things that I stand for. These are my core beliefs. I live my life by Christ. I am a replication of Michael the Archangel. All of my demons, all of my fears. I'm put on this earth to just absolutely kill all of my fears and all of my limiting beliefs, right? That's who I was named after. But I can't express to you where my life was before I put it in front of me. It's like my Kangen machine. I cannot walk by my Kangen machine without thinking I have not drank enough water today. And what do? I drink more water because it's visually in front of me. It's right there. It's a symbol letting me know that I need more water. In my vision board, I cannot walk by my vision board without seeing the things that I want to have, the places that I want to go, and the core fundamental values that I live my life by. And guess what? Because it's in front of me every single day, I literally live I'm like dodging everything that does not go towards these things. Every single thing in my life that does not go towards the things on my board or the people on this other board that I'm fighting for, I literally have no problem. No, I'm like kick returning. My answer is no. Why? Because there's something much bigger going on with my life. My plate is being built, and it's up to me to decide what's on the plate, right? So try it. If you don't have it in front of you, try it. It's not enough to just think about it. It's not enough to just write it down. Put the images in front of your face so that you see the beach and you go to the beach and you experience that same beach. You see the Taj Mahal and you go to the Taj Mahal and you experience the Taj Mahal, right? That car that you want, those clothes that you want, the suit that I want, right? And then even more importantly, the images that are correlated to what I'm fighting for and why I'm fighting for it. My core fundamental beliefs, right? And watch what begins to happen to your hustle. You cannot walk by your vision board and not get fired up. And you begin to find that it's much easier to say no and deflect the negative energy that is not conducive to getting to where you want to go, right? So let's take it one more step, right? Nick created the most beautiful concept of the end in mind. The end in mind. It was how I was raised by my father and my uncle, who are both millionaires, right? This is financially, but it's so much deeper than that. It's in every area of your life. You need to identify where you want to go, and you need to work your way backwards. And you need to build stepping stones, right? My uncle, he said, what do you want to be financially? I said, I want to be a billionaire so that I can solve the world's water problems with my money, right? And he said, you know why you're never going to be a billionaire? Because you want to be a billionaire before you make $100 million. You want to make $100 million before you want to make $1 million. You want to make $1 million before you make 6 figures, and you want to make 6 figures before you're debt free. That's why you're never going to be a billionaire, right? So let's talk about it. Here's debt free. Here's 6 figures. Here's 7 figures. Here's 8 figures. Here's 9 figures, right? If that's the case, I need to find somebody who is debt free. And I need to ask them as many questions as I possibly can. And by the time that I've run out of questions, I'm probably going to be debt free. And then I level up, and I need to find somebody who has the next level of what I'm chasing. And I need to ask them as many questions as possible. So many of us, we get into conversations with people who are ahead of us, and we just want to tell about ourselves. We just want to tell about ourselves. No, that is your opportunity to ask as many questions as possible, and then shut your mouth and listen and apply, right? And by the time I'm done asking 6 figures, as many questions as I possibly can, guess what? I'm probably making 6 figures. And it's time for me to look for 7 figures. Mentorship. It's vital. But more importantly, and here's the concept I want to leave you with your vision and with the end in mind, is you need to solidify these steps as you grow. Rushed patience. I'm in a rush to get up here, but I'm willing to be patient to solidify these steps so that if I do fall, I never fall from up here to down here. I fall from right here to right here. And if I fall again, I fall from right here to right here. And if I fall a third time, I fall from right here to right here. You can apply that concept to your finances. You can apply that concept to your spirituality, right? The conversation is raise your ceiling or make your floor, bring your ceiling to your floor. So when you level up, that is your new starting point. That is your new floor. That is the new standard. The highest that I've gotten to is now my new standard, right? In the men that I bring into my life, ladies, right? For the women that you bring into your life, men, for the opportunities that you get yourself involved in, for the people that you associate with, for the environments that you allow your body to exist in, right? Your ceiling is now your floor, right? And it's so important. And I'm learning from Coach Gabe, and I'm learning from these other financial pillars in my life of so many people get to healthy income, and then guess what? They match their expenses with their income. And guess what happens when that income depletes? They fall. They file for bankruptcy. Pillars, right? I build my life off of living even, debt-free, right? And then as I make 6, 7, 8 figures, I allow my expenses to grow to a place of solidification. If I fall, I do not fall all the way down. I fall by pillars, right? And you're going to find that in your life, in your finances, in your decision making, in your network, in every area of your life, things begin to improve. Why? Because you have a clear vision with the end in mind of where you're trying to get to, and you've effectively built pillars and stepping stones and milestones to get to where you want to be. We don't jump across the ocean, right? We swim one stroke at a time, right? So that involves patience with yourself. That involves having the things in front of you. Give yourself something to fight for the life of you. Because guess what? It happens just like that. I just spent time with my grandfather, and he said, it happens just like that. He's 87. He said, it was just yesterday I was 21. It was just yesterday that I was a young man, right? And one thing that I will never forget that my brother Nick told me very early in our relationship is, imagine getting to the end of your road and feeling regret instead of reward, because you never got organized. You never made a plan. You never put your dreams in front of you. You never took a chance. You never went after it. You never maximized on your capabilities. Our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate, ladies and gentlemen. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure, right? So yes, the fears are going to come. Yes, the doubts are going to come. But if you don't have the motivation and the hunger in front of you, you will lose every one of those battles. If you don't have the plan, you will lose every single one of those battles. So here's what I'm going to leave you with. And this is one of the foundations of my entire existence. 80% of getting where you want to be is knowing where you want to be. 80%. That is a passing grade. Just by knowing where you want to be, you're bound to stumble. Hey, some people stumble. Some people sprint. Some people skip. Some people dance. Me, I'm a hobbit. I take my shoes off and I slowly kick rocks and, dig my feet in the dirt as I'm walking my path. Sometimes I'm dancing. I would call it more of a frolic. I frolic, right, on my journey. But because I know where I'm going, I'm frolicking in the right direction. Right? So that's what I would encourage you to do is get organized, make a plan, and do whatever happy dance that you do in the right direction before time runs out. I love you. I want to see you win. I need you to start loving you. And part of the conversation of self-love is raising your standards, elevating your life, bringing your ceiling to your floor every time that you level up, and making a plan and making something of your life. For me, there is no other aspect of self-love like chasing your dreams. Right? The haters are going to be there every time. Good. The distractions, the great deceiver that is Satan, he will try everything in his power to throw you off your path. Good. He did the same thing to Jesus, and look at what Jesus accomplished. Right? You got this. You just got to get organized. You got to make a plan. You got to get hungry. Most importantly, you got to start saying no. You got to start saying no before it's too late, before you say yes to the wrong things too many times. All of a sudden, you're caught up in no man's land. I couldn't even begin to save you if I tried. You need Jesus. He's the only one who could save you out on that island. Right? So that's what I got for you. I love you. I hope you took some value. Drop some 22s if I got you. I just need one. Boom. Chris Allen, I got you. I did my part. Nikki T, back to you.
My brother, fantastic. I love it, man. I thank you for the laughter too. That was really, really well put, and value, man. So that's spot on. Everything you said is facts.
We don't want to be in no man's land.
Nope.
We don't want to be eating lasagna. I want the mac and cheese in my life, y'all. I know y'all do too.
Oh, man,
the vegan mac.
Yo, I love lasagna. I don't know who you talking to.
No, we need some of Louise's lasagna. She cooked some banging ones, I heard. Guys, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you took some value, and hopefully you find yourself, really feeling the vibe of this community and wanted to be a part of what we're building here. And we're super grateful that you are here, and we hope that you are going and applying it once again. So if you believe that there's people in your network, people that are in your friend circle that need and deserve a community of growth, invite them, please. That's the only way that we grow here. That's the only fee that I'll ask you. If you are gaining value, please share it with one friend by next week. Okay, next call that we have is on Friday, and that is the Freedom Friday. Actually, we changed that, and we are interviewing successful people. And so with that being said, thank you for joining us. God bless you, and talk to you guys soon.